Welcome to today's video, the 9 habits of all super successful people. Not just successful, but super successful people. Here I am outside in my neighborhood area, and today I'm going to be sharing these secrets with you. And once you implement these, your life is going to take on a completely new dimension. So let's go for it. I am Dan Warburton, a transformational coach who's known for having enabled thousands of entrepreneurs and business owners to succeed in extraordinary ways. I've also got web spaces full of testimonials backing this up, and I'm often invited to speak to audiences of thousands around the world about what transformation makes possible. I now get to live an extraordinary lifestyle, and I want you to be able to experience the same. Okay, so let's go for it. Number 1. What does that say? They love their work. This is the number one thing that you must have in place. There is no way that you'll ever become super successful unless you love what you do. You see, the problem is with most people is they just put up with their lives however they are. They just dream and wish that things were better, and then when they're not, they just complain or they moan or they feel like their lives are just blah. But at the same time, they just don't do anything about them. And so what happens is most people end up in jobs and employment that they don't enjoy. So the very first thing that you must have in place to ensure that you become super successful is that you find something that you absolutely love to do every day when you wake up, and you love the idea of doing it for the rest of your life. So that is number 1. On to number 2. What does that say? They focus on serving. Okay, so many people wonder, how can I become super successful? This is absolutely crucial. Think about it. How are you going to get paid money? How are you going to get money for what you do? Who's going to give you that money? You're going to give it yourself? No, absolutely. Your money is going to be given to you by somebody else, or the money you're going to make is going to be given to you by someone else. So what you need to do is you need to serve, whether this is through giving a product, providing a product, or giving a service. There's no other way around this. And in fact, in that second word, you can hear it, service. What is service? Serve, to serve others. And unless you're into serving people, unless you're into actually making the world better for other people, or creating a product that in some way makes people's lives better in some way, there's no way that you are ever going to become super successful. So now for number 3. What does that say? Not easily distracted. So do you find yourself that you have something that you know you need to do, and then as you go to do that task on your computer, you see something on Facebook, or maybe you check your email, you click a link in an email, and then it takes you online, and you think, oh, that's quite interesting. And then you're watching that for a while, or studying that, and then you see something else, and then you notice there's a little pop-up notification, or someone sent you a message, and then you do that, and in the end, you just go round and round and round, and by the end of it, you realize that you've traveled through a black hole of social media for the last 2 hours. Well, this is the problem with most people. Now, I'm sure that at times you've experienced this. I know I have. I know that at times I've had something in mind that I know that I need to do, and then I've not gone and done it, and I've ended up doing all sorts of other things. Well, the super successful are not distracted easily. When they have something in mind that they're going to fulfill on or achieve, and then they know the actions they're going to take, very little gets in the way of them doing that. And so if you have this challenge, the solution is set up a structure or some way so you don't get distracted so easily. Make sure that you close other windows down. Get into the habit of not checking emails until the afternoon. Start off in the morning with the things that are important. Stop doing things that leave you feeling like, oh, I need to do this because it's urgent, because the urgent things are usually not urgent. They're actually just some kind of thing that's going to sidetrack you, and quite often what you need to do is deal with what is actually important, because what is important is going to be the thing that has you truly succeed. So don't focus on what's urgent, focus on what's important. On to the next one. Let's go for it. What does that say? They don't settle. They don't settle for second best. They don't settle for anything else but the actual outcome they're looking for. Now, I would say that there's something in this that needs to be looked at a bit closely, because it's not that they don't just not settle for second best. They choose it, they play for it, but if it doesn't happen, they don't get disheartened. They just play again and play again. Notice my language, they play again. They keep doing what they enjoy again and again until they get the results that they're looking for, or they get results that are even more fulfilling, results that they didn't expect. So this is one of the absolute secrets of the world's very most successful, or the world's super successful. And you see, the problem is many people, if not most people, they set off with a good idea, they get in action, they try doing something, and then all of a sudden they don't get the results, or things don't work out, and so they just give up and they just settle for whatever result they've got. But the super successful don't settle. So take this one on to the next one. What does that say? Only good relationships. Only good relationships. Now, I've said this in other videos, and I just can't say this enough. The super successful are surrounded by other super successful people. Think about it. Doesn't it make sense that somebody that has the wealth, has the lifestyle, they usually spend their time with other wealthy people? You don't get people that are really struggling and in a bad position or place usually spending time with people like that. Yet it's those who are still not succeeding, who dare to spend time with those who are succeeding, that end up walking like them, thinking like them, and talking like them. So if you truly, truly want to become one of the super successful, you have got to spend time with other super successful people, or people that are succeeding in the things that you really want to succeed in. For me, I did loads of personal self-development, transformational work, and I was becoming unstoppable, but I only truly began to succeed when I started to spend time with the right company. So that is that secret of these that you must implement. Now on to number 6. What does that say? Only effective action. Absolutely. They only take effective action. What do I mean by this? Well, you see, the problem is that most people take actions that are just not adding towards them, either deepening the quality of this present moment or creating a better future. The super successful only take actions that do both those things at once. The super successful only take actions that ever deepen the quality of this present moment and ever create a better future. And the problem is that so many people just don't take actions that are powerful or effective. Watching hours and hours and hours of TV, spending hours and hours on social media, being distracted, and doing all those things does not add or go towards you creating or living your dream lifestyle. Also, it doesn't deepen the quality of the present moment. You might be thinking it does, but be honest with yourself. After a while, Netflix gets really, really boring. Being on social media all the time gets really, really boring. You've got to get out there. You've got to see the world. You've got to speak to inspirational people. You've got to read inspirational books, watch great videos like this one, and do more of this. This is what the super successful people do. So today, take this on as well. And now for this one. What does that say? Not ruled by fear. Simple as that. The super successful feel fear just like you, just like me, just like anyone. However, the super successful, what they do is they allow themselves to feel the fear and take action anyway. I know how I felt when I started knocking on doors to set up my first business. I didn't want to knock on doors. I was worried what people were going to say. And this is the problem with most people. They fear and worry about what other people are going to say, so they don't take action. Why? Because if they take action and they don't get the results they want and they fail, they fear that other people will laugh at them. And this goes on everywhere. Yet, the super successful, what they do is they are just simply not ruled by fear. And what they do is they stay in action consistently. They feel the fear, like I did. I felt the fear, but I carried on knocking on doors. And in the end, I ended up creating a successful handyman business across the south of England. And if you speak to any entrepreneur or business owner that's truly succeeded, like I have and beyond, they will tell you that they felt fear, they felt scared. When they borrowed large sums of money to invest, they were worried it wasn't going to work out, but they did it anyway. So you've got to begin noticing the fear, but not letting it rule you. On to number 8. What does that say? They invest in growing. Absolutely. They invest in growing. You see, the not successful people, they spend their money on things they can't afford, like extra holidays, TVs, furniture, cars, all these things. And then what happens? 6 months, a year, 5 years pass. In the end, those people, all they're left with is more things to pay out for. Thinking that it was that they were really looking for, that was going to give them the joy, the gratitude, and the kind of lifestyle they wanted. But it doesn't. The buying something new is a very fleeting experience. It satisfies a craving for a very short space of time, and then it fades away. The super successful, they do that. They invest in growing. For me, I would say that a major chunk of my money, I would say as much as 20 or 30% of all the money I've earned has always gone back into learning. But as a result, I'm now living this lifestyle where I'm free, I get to travel the world, I'm coaching extraordinary people, and I absolutely wake up with inspiration and joy every single day. So this is very important. Number 9, invest in growing. Take this on. Finally, number 9. What does that say? Never give up. It's as simple as that. Above all, even if you practiced all of these, if you didn't do that one, you would never become super successful. Really. Because think about it. When have you felt challenged and then you said, I don't feel like doing it? Or when have you perhaps maybe failed in an exam and you thought, I'm never going to pass? What are all those things that you know that you've walked away from and haven't given it your 100%, or when it hasn't gone to plan, you've forgotten about it and haven't gone back to doing it again? And what would your life look like if you hadn't have given up? Or what's the challenge that you're dealing with right now that if you don't walk away from it and you stay committed and you keep asking more people for advice, you keep reading more books on it, that you know at some point you'll get that insight, you'll then take that new action that will then have you actually access that new future. Can you see how never giving up is the key of keys? And my success is absolutely founded on that, on just never giving up. So whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, just don't ever give up. That is the biggest one of all. Well done for checking out this 9-step secret of the super successful and make sure that you implement them. Don't let this just be another nice video and do nothing. If you need, go back, watch the video again, write them down and see what kind of actions you can take that are aligned with each one. Well done for taking the time to watch this video. If you've got an entrepreneurial friend, then make them feel special by sharing this video with them. Also, feel free to contact me about anything. And don't forget, if you're truly committed to succeed, then hit that subscribe button.